This is a place.
This is a place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Nate.
My name is Brandon.
And happy National Swim a Lap Day.
Swim a
Seems
lap
appropriate
day.
for today since it's hot outside. How far is a lap? Does it just depend on the pool, or is there an actual definition of what a lap is?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lap pool, and I think those are pretty defined, right?
Because the pool in your backyard I can touch from end to end. So does that count?
The pool in my backyard?
Yeah. Your kiddie pool that you have from
Okay.
Walmart.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think that constitutes a lap pool. But either way, I don't think I could swim a lap in whatever way you define it. Can you swim laps? Are you a good swimmer?
I can swim. I just don't have the technique. I believe we've gone over this before. Back when I was in gym rat and was swimming and doing all that stuff, I had my friend who was a chain smoker come do a trial run at the gym, and he could swim
laps around you,
around me. Like he was like, and I was so mad because on the basketball court I could outrun him all day long, but he had the better technique because he swam in high school, and his dad was almost on the Olympic team. He lost by a couple fractions of a second or something like that. So I'm like, there's technique to it that I don't quite understand, but yeah, I can swim, and I sometimes will do it for exercise back or when I'm going to the gym. But as you know, I don't do that much anymore.
Yeah. I've had to go swimming within the last maybe 3 or 4 months. I've had to go swimming twice with the young men's group.
Okay.
And I try to keep up with them and show off, but I have no technique. So I always end up hurting a muscle. Like I'll hurt my foot or my leg just because I don't do it right. And then I cramp, and then I fall down and they have to save me. It's very bad.
It's like I enjoy swimming, and by swimming I mean like going into water. So the more diving boards and things you can jump off, the more fun it is for me. But if you're just going to a pool with nothing, just a lap pool, not so much fun for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm wondering, we've got a guest today. I'm wondering what their thoughts are on swimming, if they're a good swimmer or not. I'd like to introduce you to Noah. Nate, I guess, is your official introduction to him, as well as the rest of the listeners. Thanks for being here, Noah. Wanted to introduce you to the listeners and to Nate, for those who don't know you. Well, nobody knows you because you don't even live in Utah. What business do you have being on the podcast?
Well, I took a trip to Utah and you invited me.
Okay,
That's
there
my
we go.
business.
There's the business.
Yep.
Well,
wait, where do you live, Noah?
In Kansas City, Missouri,
Where'd you grow up?
Arizona.
Oh, okay. So you've seen like the middle section of the United States.
And he lived in Nebraska.
And Nebraska, yeah.
I've also lived in Virginia though, too.
Oh, cool. But never in Utah.
No, I was just telling Brandon this. I went to 3rd and 4th grade in Utah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember what school it was?
Nope.
Do you remember whereabout it was?
Somewhere. Well, I moved, I think 3 times in those 2 years. And so for the most part, we were in Harriman.
Oh, really? Okay.
And this
But
was
you're
before
younger,
Harriman was a
so-
thing.
No, he's pretty young, so I think it probably already started to come. Wait, what years do you think you were there in Utah?
Probably like 08 to
So it's kind of there at the
010.
middle part of Harriman growing.
Yeah.
If you were out there in the 90s or early 2000s, then I'd be like, yeah, that's early
blossomed a lot.
2000s when it really started taking off, in my opinion. So, but I'm not a Harriman expert, but great. Was your dad or why the moving so much? You can say, was he in the military, or that's usually the reason why people move a lot, or just
No, we moved 3 times in those 2 years in like the Salt Lake Valley.
nice. Well, any desire to come back, or do you like Kansas City's?
I don't know. Whatever, wherever the money is, that's where I'll go. With that.
Fair enough.
He loves Utah though. I mean, he's an
Oh,
avid
yeah.
listener of our podcast, and he doesn't even live here, but he loves hearing all about Utah. And he was out here. What was it in February? I mean, you come out here for work because we work together, and he comes out here because this is where the main hub is. And
Yeah, I went out in March and I wanted to hang out with Brandon and he said yes and then bailed on me last minute.
right.
So,
All right. So Noah was out here and I bailed on him, but he was telling me about all the wonderful things he wanted to do in Utah. And he didn't get to do any of them because he didn't hang out with me. But I was telling him, look, I've got a tour company and I can take you to all these super unique and cool places. But then, I didn't. So he had to settle for. He saw a couple places in Salt Lake.
You took him to McDonald's. You took him to Sam's Club, all the local hangouts, right?
Pink Raising Canes. That's on.
Well, can I tell a funny story about somebody we all know?
Yes.
Apparently, you guys we have a mutual friend. We'll call him Ryan. We'll leave his last name out of it.
Junior or senior?
This one's
I know the answer, but I'm making a niche joke.
Junior, right? You're Ryan's junior, right? I can't remember which one's which.
Yeah.
Anyways, he used to go out with me every year to go to Orlando for a softball tournament. And he was single at the time, and he met a girl on one of the dating apps in one of our tournaments. And anyways, so he hung out with her for a few days, and then we were on standby for our flights, and so we got bumped and we had to stay for an extra day. So I'm like, hey, why don't you just call your friend and have her, come give us a tour of the city and stuff like that. So she can drive us around. Then we have to get a rental car. And he's like, great idea. So we kind of used her to drive us around. And we asked her for dinner. We're like, hey, let's go someplace that's unique to Orlando. She takes us to a Thai restaurant. And then where we went for lunch the next day? I think we had breakfast at the hotel. And where we had lunch the next day? Cafe Rio in Orlando. So we're just like, so we really didn't get to go do any local Orlando, you know what I mean?
Get everything you could have had here.
Bring Noah out here and be like, hey, come check out McDonald's. Come check out.
Could at least got some Cuban food.
Come check out Raising Cane's. All the
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out burger. Anyways.
oh, I did go to In-N-Out with Michael and it was awesome.
Have you never been to In-N-Out before?
No, I had.
Oh. But back to the swimming, okay? I mean,
Yeah.
and we haven't officially decided. Are we talking about you came here for a trip, you're here for a family reunion? Are we talking about the broad location, or do we want to get really niche and just talk about the glory of raspberry shakes?
I don't know. I think there's a whole lot to talk about with just, do you want to do a generic one, or do you want to concentrate on?
Can do generic.
The
I mean, we're
nightlife,
talking about
okay.
swimming, so it's like, makes sense to
Tie
talk
that
about
into just Bear Lake as a whole.
Bear Lake as a whole. We're just gonna get a trip report from Noah, basically.
Let's just talk about Bear Lake. Let's just go with it.
So back to swimming, Noah. You were here because you love swimming so much. That's why you came to Utah, right?
To swim a lap.
No.
To swim a lap in
No.
a murky, cold lake.
No.
Oh, okay. So you're not a big swimming guy?
I'll swim.
Okay.
I can swim for days.
You can swim for days. Okay, but you did come here. The reason we have you on, the reason you have any business being on a Utah podcast, even though you live in Kansas City, is because you had a family reunion at Bear Lake, which is partially in Utah, half not, right? But enough that we definitely can talk about it. Not that we're constrained by any boundaries. We can do what we want. But you went to Bear Lake and you wanted to come and tell us about it so we could just talk about a place everybody's goes to Bear Lake, right? Everyone has gone there at least once.
No, this was my first time.
Well, okay, all right. Everybody in Utah makes a trip to Bear Lake eventually, right?
Oh, yeah. You know how I go to Snowbird every year?
Yeah.
Growing up, I went to Bear Lake every year too. We stayed at the Sweetwater timeshare things there every year.
And I don't go every year, but I've gone a fair share of times in my
But it's
life.
probably been a hot minute since I've been there. That's for sure.
It's gotten, I feel like, more busy. It almost maybe was like a
Oh
more
yeah.
niche thing.
Well, I feel like ever since nightly rentals became a thing, it just
Mm,
started booming.
yeah. Okay. And when you were there, Noah, were you on the Utah side?
Uh, so we stayed on the Utah side, and then because our whole family reunion was based around these races that they were having,
Mm,
and so it's supposed to be like they call it the Bear Lake Trifecta. They had 3 days across 3 states for 3 different marathons, and I didn't do all three.
you did two
I
of the
did,
three?
yeah. So I did a half marathon on Friday, and then a full marathon on Saturday. And the half was in Idaho, and the full was in Utah. The
Okay.
full was way better, way better
So
experience.
were you running around the lake?
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah. So for the half, it was basically just the road that went around the lake, and then the full, a portion of it was the rest of it. I think was through some state park. I don't know where the lake was, but I could see it. I was kind of delusional. So,
Mm,
but this is what I.
okay. So what did you think your first time going to Bear Lake? What are your thoughts and impressions about?
So what would you do when you're not running?
Honestly, nothing. Uh, my kids played. We did get those raspberry shakes because my wife and her family they grew up there for a little bit before they moved to Nebraska, and so they knew some like the best raspberry shake spot, I guess. Which, to their credit, we drive up to that gas station, and the sign says best raspberry shakes. So you know their money's good.
Congratulations, world's best cup of coffee.
Is it, I was gonna say, isn't this like New York where every coffee shop says that? Every shake shop in Bear Lake
Yeah,
says best.
Tastes like a crappy cup of raspberry shake. It
No.
no. Okay, so they
but
they
when
claim to be the best, right? But
yeah,
did you have a chance to try the most popular and compare it to this gas station shake?
yeah, I did.
And
The gas station won hands down.
wow, okay.
Really?
So, yeah, I
So
guess like yeah, the most popular is someplace on Main Street, I think.
is it
That
LeBeau's?
was
Is that how it's pronounced?
LeBeau's.
yeah, LeBeau's. So someone else got LeBeau's and they were like, "Oh, this is the best. It's the OG." Blah blah blah. I was like, "All right." So I had some. I don't know, now the gas station beat you out.
And LeBeau's
Interesting.
is probably super packed all the time, right?
Yeah.
You
There
know,
was
I remember going there and it was just maybe not an hour wait, but it was long. It was
Oh yeah,
a long wait.
especially at night, 100%.
yeah. When we
And
went, there was a line out the door and we had to wait all the time.
so gas station is the hack. That's where you go.
Apparently,
And it was quick and easy.
yeah. I mean, I will say it was pretty pricey. One shake, I think I got a large. It was like $8.
Hmm. I mean, that's on par with shakes these days. It's
Right.
Really?
pricey, but you know,
And if it's the
everything's
world's best, you got to expect to pay a premium for it.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so at Bear Lake, you ran, ate some
Yeah.
raspberry shakes, played in the water a little bit. Did you
Oh yeah,
dip your
yeah.
toe in the
Of
water?
course. Yeah, we went to I guess a beach spot. It wasn't really like nice sandy,
Yeah.
beach
I mean,
sand.
it's
It
Utah.
was just it was just a bunch of like crushed rocks, small rocks, a bunch of seashells.
You're not going to Bear Lake
But
for the beaches.
No.
no. But it was super fun. My kids loved it. All my nieces and nephews loved it. Kids had a blast. Beautiful place. I don't know why there's not more people there. It's just so beautiful to look at.
You don't know. I feel like there's too many people there, but
It was kind of odd
Nobody
though.
wanted to go running that weekend you were there.
they only had the running people there.
Or maybe
Makes
only
sense.
everybody's running that weekend. Maybe that's
Oh,
it too.
that's true. That's true.
There were a lot of out of towners for not a lot of locals.
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they're eating shakes every day. There's no chance they're going to be able to run in a marathon.
My I don't know what they would be to me. Second cousins? I don't know. They live in Lake Town there. They've been there forever. And
That's cool.
I guess my point is that most people who go to Bear Lake are not locals. It's a small town.
Yeah.
It's all the homes and stuff you see there. I bet you they're either vacation homes or those Airbnb or nightly rentals. There's not a whole lot of
Mhm.
people who live there in Lake Town.
My cousin's husband's dad lives in what is the city called?
Lake
Garden
Town?
something.
Oh,
In the city.
nearby
I think it's on the Idaho side,
Idaho side.
but that's where he lives. And so they go up to Bear Lake to, well, to see him. But it's not, yeah, I doubt you're going to the lake every day as a local. It's more,
No,
you'll probably go just as much as someone from out of town, honestly.
probably.
Maybe once a year, maybe a little bit more, but people have to do things other than just play.
It was pretty cold though. I mean, for being June,
The water is cold.
Oh, the water. Oh, yeah. Year round, it's cold. It's always cold.
yeah, that's
That's what they call it.
crazy.
Burr Lake. So, but I do like about Bear Lake, though, if it's still the same way. I'm sure the water levels drop like every other lake in Utah, right? But you can walk out forever before you like get above your head in water. Like it's just a gradual decline. You guys experience that in the water or no, Brandon?
No, we
Gradual
didn't go any further.
decline.
Like where we go at Sweetwater or where we would stay growing up, like you could walk out for like 100 yards, it felt like, before you'd even be at a above your head in water. Like the buoys for the wakeless buoy things, like those were like way out there because it was so shallow all the way out there. But I don't know if that's all around Bear Lake or just that beach that we used to go to.
Huh. I don't know. So the last time I went to Bear Lake was probably I would say 2010, maybe 2009. So it's been a hot minute, but yeah, the main thing I remember is just how cold it is. And I mean I went out in the water, but I don't remember having to walk out very far.
Well, some years from year to year, like you're walking a mile from your condo unit thing to get to the beach. In other years, the water would be really high and you have to walk too far.
I was
But
walking from a tent.
okay, yeah.
So I was at I think it's technically on the I think it's on the Idaho side, but there used to be this thing called Scouts.
No, I think
Before
that's on the scout camp you're talking about is on the would that be the east side of the lake?
it
And it's I think
is
it's still the Utah
it is
side.
still Utah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
It might be like near the border because it was still quite a ways up, but it might have been still, yeah, probably still in Utah.
Because I think I was probably up there when you were you like a teacher or priest at that time?
Yeah, I was a
Like how old were you?
priest. I
Yeah.
was I
I thought
was
that
I
was
think I just
weird.
turned 16.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Because I remember like the kids your age, we snuck out at night to go over and get our world famous raspberry shakes from LeBeau's.
Oh yeah, see we weren't our word wasn't that cool.
No,
The
because I
coolest
thought it
thing
was
that we had happen was a kid almost cut his finger off, and so he had to go to the ER.
okay.
I mean, I didn't get to go with, but it happened. But yeah, you're probably there, and I feel like we've talked about this before. But do you remember doing the skits?
I remember. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. You
Our
did every scout
skit
camp.
won us the spirit stick for the camp for
Did
the
it?
yeah we had a
So I
pretty
only
amazing
stayed for like
skit.
2 days because I had to go back in to work, but
Oh
and I
yeah,
might have come back up to help. I can't remember.
I was
But
there for a whole week, so I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't able to stay the whole week.
Maybe I
as
was
a
there. I can't remember. I remember driving home with the kids. Like, did I drive back up and grab them? I can't remember. Anyways, I don't remember your skit, so that's all I'm gonna say.
if you would have seen it,
Well,
you'd remembered it. Okay.
what was your skit?
I don't remember.
Act it out for us, Brandon.
I don't remember enough, but do you remember Homestar Runner? Was that were
Yeah.
either of you on the internet during that?
I don't.
We did a skit loosely based off of Homestar Runner, and we had like all the characters were based off a character from Homestar Runner, and that was our skit. And it was just super outrageous and obnoxious and wild, and everybody loved it. It was really funny. Everybody was laughing their heads off. So even though we didn't do much else that week, because we had such a good skit, we won the we won the Spirit Award. Anyway, so yeah. So my experience with Bear Lake, I've been there before with my family. I think we were on like the southernmost end of the lake. It was called like Rendezvous Point or something. And then one other time we'd been, but then I mean the main time that I spent there in the water and at the lake was for scout camp. Got my canoeing merit badge, got my stargazing merit badge. What would you call that? Astronomy?
Mm.
I think it was astronomy merit
Guardians
badge.
of the Galaxy
Yes, that
merit
one.
badge.
But it was a good time. Didn't get to go have the shakes while there for scout camp, but I think they had shakes at the scout camp that you could buy. So it wasn't the famous
Yes, and that little, what did they used to call that?
trading post.
Trading post. I think it was just ice cream though. Was it shakes or just ice cream?
Ooh, I don't know. It was probably ice cream. I remember like a caramel ice cream type thing. But did you have anything besides the raspberry shake while at Bear Lake, Noah? Or is that all that they have outside of scout camp?
Did I eat? No, we just made food in the Airbnb, so we didn't go out.
Oh, okay. Do they have restaurants? I mean, obviously they do.
They do. Yeah. We drove by my brother-in-law's first job. I think it's the Bear Cave,
Okay.
and they sell like burgers and stuff.
We haven't done one, I don't think one dedicated episode on Bear Lake, but we did an episode where we talked about the Bear Lake Monster. Or maybe we did have an episode specifically on the Bear Lake Monster. I can't remember.
I feel like we did.
But did you hear anything about the Bear Lake Monster? Was that a topic of conversation in your time there?
Yeah, and I kept asking people what this, because everyone, like, so my in-laws, they had all spent a lot of time in this area. Their friends that they came to visit also spent a lot of time in this area. And so when I'd ask them questions, it was like, I might as well have just asked, what's 2 + 2? And so nobody really gave me answers what the Bear Lake Monster was or anything. They were just like, oh yeah, it's in there. Trust me. It's in there.
So it's like when I was at scout camp and we went a snipe hunt, nobody would tell you what a snipe was. You just had to go find it.
That's right. Yep.
So you were just tasked with going and finding whatever this Bear Lake
No,
Monster
I
was.
was no. I just didn't know what it was.
Loch Ness
so.
Monster, is that?
That's, yeah, I was saying it's just our version of Loch Ness.
Yeah.
And Napoleon's currently working on blowing that one out of the water. And when he's done with that, he'll come get the Bear Lake one. So if you were to go back, Noah, let's say you're going to go back in a few weeks, what's the one thing you want to do again at Bear Lake? And is there anything there that you like wanted to try but didn't have time? Or would want to try?
I really wanted to try the jet skis out. They had a bunch of rentals out. Nobody was really going because it was too cold. But yeah, if I went back, 100% get on a jet ski. I'd go across the whole lake.
You guys had jet skis, but you didn't use it?
No, but sorry, there are a lot of rental companies that had them out. But
yeah,
we went there to jet ski, and I was way too sore to.
Have you jet skied on the lake, Nate?
I've done like, well, Sea-Doos, that's what you're calling. I've done that. My friend growing up had this little, I forgot what it's called, It was in between a boat and a jet ski. Basically, it was a jet ski engine, but a small boat.
Mm.
Then they had a boat. Yeah, I've done everything. Most of the time when I went with my family, we didn't have a boat. We would do, they call them a fun island. It's this big blow up mattress that like 12 people can sit on. So we just sit on that all day long and play in the sand and in the water, and nothing super exciting. And then every once in a while, like one of the relatives would borrow a boat from the neighbors or something like that. Usually a really crappy boat. That's how I learned how to water ski. I think I was 12 and the boat wasn't strong enough to carry multiple people. So my cousin-in-law, I think you call him, took me out on the lake. And then because he wanted me to get my, going back to merit badges, my water ski merit badge.
Mm.
And so I learned how to get up on, and the thing is that boat was, it was just like, he probably would have been better like running with the rope and pulling me up on the water. Like you just eat water for like a whole minute before it could actually get enough energy to pull you up. So I learned how to get on two. And then he's like, well, you have to attempt to slalom, or you have to slalom for I don't know how long. So what you do is you get up on two and then you drop a ski. And then he would throw like a life vest out. And so we knew where the other ski was to go pick it up later. And he's like, just so you know, I've been water skiing for, I don't know. He's not like a professional water skier. He's like, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've never been able to slalom. And my very first time I got up and I dropped the ski and started slalom skiing, he was so mad. He was ticked. He's like, oh, that's
Wouldn't
not
take
fair.
you out
You're like,
anymore.
you're only 12 years old. So no, I got into the boat and he started putting on his life vest and started putting on the skis and says, okay, this is throttle and this is stop. So he made me drive him as a 12-year-old the boat to
prove that he could do it.
He's like, if you can do it, then I can do it. So I learned how to drive a boat when I was 12 years old. So yeah, there's a really old, crappy boat. So I don't
feel
remember
like
if we
this-
ever got up or not.
The scout camp boats we took were pretty terrible too, but we did do. I
Yeah.
think we had to do water skiing. But this Bear Lake was the first place I drove a jet ski to. So that is a fun experience. No, I hope you
Yeah.
get the chance to do it.
Yeah, if you have a boat or whatever, then absolutely Bear Lake's an amazing place to go visit. But it's not as fun if you're just gonna splash around in the water.
Just for a
But there's other
kid,
things to do. There's other
right?
things to do there. They've got like the playhouse there. They've got
Mhm.
restaurants, like you said. They got the shakes. They have a golf course there, like a 9-hole golf course.
Really?
Golf there a bunch of times. And yeah, there's tons of stuff to do there. They got pickleball courts now. So
And you haven't
They got
made it
the-
up, huh? Yeah, huh?
no, I have a few
Bear
friends
Lake
that own
Trail.
cabins up there that have pickleball courts, but haven't been on the cool list yet. It's usually the people that go up there they invite are like couples who both play pickleball. They want
Mm.
the husband and wife to play. And so I kind of get left out on that one.
Yeah.
Or they just don't like me. I don't know. It could be both. This could be their excuse. But
What were you gonna say, Noah? Sorry.
They also got that. You run a bunch of marathons in a couple days.
They have that too. I've heard that.
I will not be going to Bear Lake for that. Nope. Sorry.
Well, that's
I
fine.
would have
You're
if I
missing
would have
out.
gotten an
It's
invite.
super hilly, crazy hilly. You'll feel like you're running bleachers for a
Sounds
marathon. Let me tell
terrible.
you.
Oh my goodness.
For the full I did wasn't that bad, but the half definitely was just up and then down, up and then there was no flat. There's no flat
Ugh.
parts. It was amazing.
Sounds awful.
Another fun thing is they've got raspberry days. As if
Mhm.
if you didn't know they had a raspberries at Bear Lake, this is another way to introduce you to that fact. And this year it looks like it'll be August 6th through the 8th. Never been, don't know what they offer, but I'd assume it's pretty similar to any other city days they have here in Utah.
I believe so.
Peach Days, Westfest, Western Stampede, Strawberry Days, all the days. They've got their own version.
Come on.
Which one?
You forgot about Taylorsville Days? You're not going to mention Taylorsville?
Taylorsville Days, of course. Every city in Utah, that's the thing we do is we got our days, and Bear Lake gets to have Raspberry Days. I always had a dream of going to Brigham City's Peach Days. I never have, but I just imagine there's just peaches everywhere. And when I got to reality, I'm like, it's probably not like that at all. There's, you can find a peach, but it's not like they've got raspberries flying all over the place for Raspberry Days. They just gotta
Like they're having
do.
like raspberry fights and peach
Yeah,
fights.
I think they do.
They do have. Oh man, I mean, I am. I've been a big raspberry fan lately. That has been my fruit of choice. So maybe I should go up for raspberry days. They do have a parade which features their own version of the Bear Lake Monster that they parade around. It says they've got raspberry themed treats, contests and games, evening events like a light parade on the lake and fireworks. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, nothing I've ever made it to. And I'm sure it gets pretty busy, so I probably won't make it to it. Says it's the busiest weekend of the year in Bear Lake. So the
It doesn't
booze.
say much, but I will say they do not have a lot of roads. And so if it gets busy, you're going to be in traffic for a
Ooh,
long time.
not a
There's
good
like
place to
one
be.
road around the entire lake. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a small town, right? So probably doesn't make sense for them to make all these major roads for the raspberry days.
Yeah. But it's a cool place. We're glad it's there. Glad we've all had the chance to make it up and get in the water. It's not the warmest lake, but you're also not going to get the warmest water in Utah anyway, right? Where are you going to find warm water here?
Lake Powell.
Lake Powell's warm?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Lake Powell. Maybe I'll have to check it out because I've
What?
never had the
Been to
warm
Lake
water.
Powell?
No, I've never had the
You're
warm
the
water
first person from
experience.
Utah that I've ever met who hasn't been to Lake Powell.
I
Everyone else,
know.
they love and swear and die by Lake Powell.
I made the claim earlier that everybody goes to Bear Lake, but everybody also goes to Lake Powell. I'm just not one of them. I've never made it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
Are you from Utah? Or
Yeah. I've
what's
never.
going on?
That's like saying you don't ski and you're from Utah, right?
I
Yeah.
also don't do that.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we've never been to Kennecott.
I have. I've been there.
I've never been to Kennecott. How about
That's
that?
we got it. We got to find a way to get there this summer.
I don't even know what that is. So.
It's the largest
copper
copper mine in
mine?
the world.
That you can see
Noah?
from space.
Really?
Yeah, you're missing out. See, you just got to move to Utah. Kansas City's not it.
I'll move to Utah.
And it's right next to Harriman. So you should have known that growing up. You should have learned about that in 3rd and 4th grade.
Yeah,
Right.
you're studying
You think
Utah
I did
history
anything?
in 3rd grade. So that's like you definitely didn't pass. It's Utah 101. Either way, Noah, we were happy to have you come on to tell us about your experience at Bear Lake and the raspberry shakes. And it really makes me want to go check it out. Lately I've been seeing raspberry taffy that's supposed to be raspberry shake taffy. Have you seen those, Nate? They sell them at Harmon's and stuff. It's not good taffy. It does not remind me of a raspberry shake at all. So I would not recommend. I just want the real deal. I want the real raspberry shake itself. But we'll have to check out the gas station at Noah's suggestion next time. Any last words, Noah? Anything else we need to know about Bear Lake?
No, I don't want to make the podcast worse. I'm just gonna stop it right there.
But you're so excited to listen to this episode.
Oh, no way. I'm definitely not listening to
He's
that.
going to listen to it on his way to Bear Lake. As he's running his marathon around Bear Lake. Just have it on repeat.
Well, thanks, Noah.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for giving us the deets. And as always, thank you for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a place we just talked about.